The government is bent on pursuing major transport projects under the Build program, despite some economists flagging them for viability issues amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The Transportation Department said it will continue with key projects such as airports and railways, noting that, quote, the pandemic highlighted the amplified detrimental effect of the decades-long backlog in the country's transport infrastructure. Among the key projects that are being pursued by the agency are the Mindanao Railway Phase 1, Metro Manila Subway Phase 1, the NAIA rehabilitation, and the new airports in Bulacan and Cavite. The DOTr was responding to a paper by economists at the Ateneo Center for Economic Research and Development, which says the crisis should prompt a rethink of the Build program. The four economists who wrote the paper said ongoing travel restrictions and distancing measures could, quote, severely impact the long-term viability of transport projects. Among the projects the paper flagged as high viability risks are the Unified Grand Central Station, the LRT2 West Extension, MRT3 Rehabilitation, the MRT4, and LRT2 East. It also cautioned against projects which it tagged as harboring white elephant risks, namely the Metro Manila Subway Phase 1, the Mindanao Railway, and the Subic-Clark Railway. Meanwhile, the Bulacan and Sangli airports are tagged as high risk as well. The paper said large amounts of subsidies may be required to keep the railway projects commercially afloat, saying such subsidies could crowd out domestic resources, which could be earmarked for pandemic-related investments. But the DOTr says the projects had gone through what it describes as a robust, multi-level, and multi-agency review process. The agency argues that the pandemic would have been over by a decade before the government starts paying the principal for most of the current railway projects that are funded by Official Development Assistance or ODAs. But the DOTr says it is now studying the possibility of shifting national budget or ODA-funded projects to public-private partnerships, noting that it shall adhere to the guidance of economic managers on the availability of fiscal space.